this Jalen Ramsey situation is very interesting to me because I don't see a team really like coughing up crazy picks for him. And I'm starting to think maybe, especially with JAIRE Alexander just flat out getting cut loose like this, that maybe Jalen Ramsey, the Dolphins are going to have to pay someone to take his contract, where he's almost going for free just to a team that has a lot of cap to eat the contract.
So I think there's teams out there that, and I didn't look into the contracts side of this very much, but is there a team out there that would be willing to maybe give a better draft pick if the Dolphins like pay more of the salary?
I just thought the whole goal for the Dolphins here is to get out of this contract issue, and then if they're agreeing to pay future years, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, the Dolphins are in a tough spot no matter what. It's like Teron Armstead retires, and then I don't really think that they replaced him. You have the Paul, I can't remember the guy's name, the offensive lineman they drafted last year that will hopefully be able to step in for him in that spot there. But if you're losing Ramsey in the secondary, I think Javon Holland signed somewhere else this offseason. It's like now you're starting to lose some veteran leaders on that side of the football there. I really liked what the Dolphins did in the draft this year, especially with the first two picks, Kenneth Grant and Savaiinea, the guard from Arizona. So they've taken steps in a direction where I'm like, hey, I see you guys trying to like add some beef to your lineup here. But then you're losing playmakers and stars and identity-forming players on your team.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned Smith and Ramsey, but it also seems like Hill is also kind of always flirting with the idea of going back to Kansas City or Buffalo or somewhere else.
Being traded somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, there feels like a lot of chaos for the Dolphins this year.
It reminds me of the Rams when they were splitting up with Jalen Ramsey, ironically. And they were like kind of like one guy's retiring, one guy's getting traded. Now we got cup rumors. Oh, now this is happening. Who knows? They're blowing this whole thing up. That's what it feels like in Miami. I'm curious to see how it goes. Jonnu Smith, obviously in the prime of his career, he's still got some good years left in him. The Jalen Ramsey value to me is interesting. Is this guy going to go for a 5th round pick or later? Is he worth a 4th round pick with that deal? Well, JAIRE Alexander hitting the market kind of makes it even crazier because JAIRE Alexander is a similarly built man-to-man corner at 28 years old who you won't have to trade a pick for, who probably will take a proven contract.
But I think I saw JAIRE Alexander has played 16 games in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, he has some injuries. Jalen's number isn't much higher than that, but
yeah, that's not a good ratio. And again, at that age, how much and you have to pay all that money? I'm not giving up more than a 5th round pick. Like
that's what I'm saying. If I'm the Chargers, thinking from us, who I think the Chargers want a veteran corner before the season starts of some sort, I'd go for JAIRE Alexander over Jalen Ramsey right now.
Well, because you can work out what the contract might be, and it might be, hey, JAIRE, we're going to give you a base salary of $8 million with the opportunity to earn up to $12-13 million.
Yeah, you hit these snap totals and you stay healthy and all that stuff. Yeah,
and you make an All-Pro, and you do all. If you hit all these, what I forget what they call accelerators or incentives or whatever it is in the contract, then you make more money. But at least then you know what it's gonna. You know that it's going to be more cost effective than just bringing over whatever that number would be for Jalen Ramsey, which would be, and maybe not a lot of teams can really afford that without doing some restructuring and different things that they might not be that comfortable with. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out for them.
Yeah,
what they can get. And ultimately, Mike, the thing is it's not going to help them on the field this year. That's the issue. It's like when you don't figure out a way to solve these situations pre-draft, pre-free agency, then you don't have a chance to really fill the holes adequately this time of the year.
And I think the Bears are making serious progress rapidly with Ben Johnson. So we'll see if that clicks. The Packers could end up being the team I predict to finish last, which would be weird.
Yeah, I'm in this place right now where I think it's Packers and Bears towards the bottom, and it's really just the Bears side is more so like first-year head coach putting in the new offense and still some questions about their defense. But for me, it's like the Packers defense, like they should be good. They almost feel like they should be dominant with the amount of resources that they seem to put on there every year. And then the comment from Josh Jacobs where he's like, hey, we need a wide receiver 1. And then they go and draft maybe the most controversial, wide receiver one type selection in Matthew Golden, where people are like, hey, he doesn't play with 4.28 speed or whatever it is. And it's like, well, that's what you read at the combine. It's like, he seems like a really good player, runs, strong routes.
I completely forgot about him. Complete brain fart right now.
Like, I think he has a chance to be a really good player, but like out of the gate, is he your go-to wide receiver one?
Bill Flames, I went Mike on the mic. With something brand new, one time for your mind. He gave you fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster.